Hi, I'm Tad Jenkins. I'm the president of Integra, and I'm here at Dixie RV and excited to be here to kind of talk to you a little bit about the Integra product and how exciting it is. Let me just tell you, we have, without a doubt, the quietest riding, best handling coach on the market today, period. And there are several reasons that we have for that. The first reason is that we're built on a Spartan chassis. We believe the foundation of any home has to be a premier foundation, and we believe Spartan is just that. They set out to make sure that they provided the best ride and handling that would mimic that of high-end cars like BMW, Mercedes, and they were able to do that, and so that's why we've chosen Spartan to be our premier foundation. The second reason we're the quietest riding, best handling coach is because we have X bracing in our chassis. What that does is that stabilizes the chassis so that the suspension does the work. So when you get going along, we don't want this going on, we want this going on. It's an absolute important thing and needs to happen if you're going to have the quietest riding, best handling coach. The third reason we're the quietest riding, best handling coach is because we build on a wood floor. Now we have a steel substructure, but we have a wood floor. And the way we do that is we have 1/8" plywood on the bottom. We take 2x4s, run them lengthwise of the coach, stand them on end. Stuff the floor clear full of batting insulation, then we put astrofoil insulation, and then we put the tubes in the floor, which gives you the in-floor heat. By the way, they do have in-floor heat. That's a really cool feature. Then we top that off with 7-ply plywood. Not 5, not 3, but 7-ply. We do that because we need the rigidity, because we're going to lay tile on that, and it's important that it has good rigidity. But the biggest reason that we use wood is not because of what it is. We use it because of what it is not. Wood is not a conductor. Therefore, when you're going down the road and you got these vibrations coming off the road and they get up and they get into that wood, they dissipate before they get to your microwave. It is a correct principle. If you don't believe me, just try going out and making yourself a tuning fork out of wood and go tune your piano. It is a correct principle, and it does make a huge difference. The fourth reason we're the quietest riding, best handling coach on the market today is because we install our cabinetry prior to tile. Everyone else does the whole floor, all the tile, and then they come in and they put the cabinets or the interior walls down on the tile. Now you have to understand that if you've got a wood cabinet and you've got a wood floor and you put those two together, you got a laminated situation, because we all know that like likes like. It's really important. However, if you've got porcelain tile and wood cabinet down there, I don't care what kind of adhesive, I don't care what kind of a fastener, over time that's going to start to do this and begin to squeak. At that point, you're going to send your dear beloved wife back there and you have her try to figure out what that squeak is, because it's driving you absolutely bananas. Once she finds it, she has to ride there the rest of her life, because there's no way to fix it because it's in the build itself. So again, it's very important. We install our cabinetry and interior walls prior to tile. That's another big reason why we're the quietest riding, best handling coach. The fifth reason we're the quietest riding, best handling coach is because we build with what's called a hung wall. A lot of other manufacturers build with a vacuum bonding process. The vacuum bonding process takes a great big table. They lay out the wallboard, then they put the aluminum structure, then they cut the polystyrene to go in between those. Then they put glue down and put a real thin layer of fiberglass on top, put it in a big old bag, put it down in a press and hold it for about 20 minutes. When they get done with that, they pull that out, they've got a wall, and they go and install that on the coach. Now they've got an interior wall and an exterior wall, and there's no really way to put that on the coach. So what they have to do is they have to come out and they have to screw it in this way. Now they have flanges and make sure that it's not just waiting on the wall and everything, but it's all good. However, our hung wall, we can go inside the wall because our structure sits on the floor. So the floor's here, the wall goes right here. We can go inside the wall and we can screw it down, and we can also bolt it all the way down through the frame to make sure that we don't have any squeaking or any opportunity for that at all. But the biggest reason that the hung wall is so important is because we can put inside of it batting insulation. Now remember, I talked about batting insulation before. It's really important because why do we use batting insulation? Again, batting insulation absorbs sound. You cannot have the quietest riding, best handling coach if you do not absorb the sound in everything that you try to do. So then we overcut this and stuff the batting insulation in there, then we put Sikaflex, and then we stick the fiberglass on the outside, and we hold it for 12 hours to make sure we don't have any D-lamp. Once again, we are the quietest riding, best handling coach on the market today. You know, it's kind of like grandma's cake. Is it the baking powder? Is it the flour? Is it the good chocolate that she uses to put in there? Is it the oven? The temperature of the oven or the time? Or is it just that little bit of love stirred in? at the end of the day, it's not any one thing, it's everything all combined. So the Integra, it is the chassis, it is the X-bracing, it is the wood floor, it is the cabinets prior to tile, and it is the hung wall. And many other opportunities and things that we do to make sure that we are the quietest riding, best sounding coach in the market today. Again, if you want to purchase one of these amazing Integra coaches, which are the quietest riding, best sounding coaches, a great place to do that is right here at Dixie RV in Hammond, Louisiana. Great service, great people, awesome dealership.